guys, Saf coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and we have a brand new daily login champion. He's totally free. We love free champions on this channel, and we also love free champions in Raid Shadow Legends. Now, this guy is coming as part of this integration collaboration with MonsterHunter, and he is called Rathalos Blademaster. Now, right out the bat, this guy looks absolutely giga broken. I'll be honest, he looks insane, especially if you're starting a new account. Like, this guy in the free-to-play series is going to carry us in bosses like no end. So what do we've got then? We've got a legendary attack force champion. So force is an okay affinity. Affinity is less and less important in arena now that void champions are becoming more powerful, but force is very good to deal with the early magic starter champions. So his A1 Spirit Thrust is going to attack one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a decreased defense. Great. Whenever I want to log in champion, I want fundamental things for my account. Decrease attack, decrease defense. It helps me in any content if I have those. And he's going to do it for 2 turns. If the target is a boss, it cannot be resisted. Early game, this is great, right? These types of champions are excellent for people in the early game where you don't have loads of great haul bonuses, accuracy banners. You've got barely anything on your account. He's going to be able to come in and instantly debuff a boss. So it books to 65%, so a 65% chance whenever I A1 a boss, I'm going to place the debuff without resisting. No 3%. Great. Then we got Spirit Step Slash. It's a 4-turn cooldown, booked to 3 turns. Attacks one enemy. Every second use of this skill in a round will attack all enemies instead. Will also ignore 25% of the target's defense. If the target is a boss, it will ignore 100% of the target's defense. Now, this is absolutely bonkers, because if you're attacking the boss for a first time, you're going to deal true damage. So it depends on where all of these stats sits in terms of his multipliers. But if that is a sort of a standard single target multiplier, which is around about 5 times attack, that's going to do a hell of a lot of damage to a boss. It is going to wreck bosses. It will do more than people like Newt can do, because you're doing true damage, especially when we look at his passive in a moment. Now, the fact it will convert to an AoE is actually a little bit negative against bosses, and probably just generally is not so good. The reason why I say that is, if you're attacking clan boss, it means this A2 is immediately going to become weaker because it will use a weaker multiplier. When we have other champions like this, like the one that comes to mind is Roxanne. Roxanne's got this ability where it'll attack a single target and do decreased defense and weaken, but if it's under Veil, it's AoE. When it goes to an AoE, it nukes the multiplier by quite a lot. It goes from like 5 times down to about 3 times. So you're going to lose a lot of damage on subsequent usage of this skill. So in clan boss, it's going to hurt the champion, but it will be better in bursts. So the more you can build him for more damage, the better this will be. In terms of wave content, I guess it's decent, but you're not going to have that many opportunities to go twice on a 3-turn cooldown in a wave once you start building teams properly. Then we have his A3 Overhead Slash, another 3-turn cooldown. It's 20% books on both of these, so it's good damage from the books. Attacks all enemies before attacking, places increased crit damage and increased speed, not increased attack, which is frustrating. So we have an AoE, an ability that does an AoE after the first ability, and it will ignore a lot of defense. Okay, what makes this guy really strong? Rathalos Mastery, his passive. If a target is under HP burn, he deals 50% multiplicative damage. Bonus. He also takes 25% less damage from enemies, and every 5th skill used by this champion deals 200% more damage. 200%. So essentially, he's going to multiply. If you imagine you put 200% crit damage on your champion, he's going to get double the amount of crit damage. It's going to hit like a truck. An absolute crazy. Imagine this in Hydra. On his Spirit Step Slash, he's going to ignore 100% of every single head, and he's going to deal 200% more damage. And if you get HP burnout on them, he's going to do 50% as well. It won't be 250. It's not going to be additive. It will be damage times 200% times 50%. But it's still pretty strong. He's also got a 30% ally attack in Dungeons aura. Now, this is going to make his damage insane on that A2. If you can make sure that his A2 is the single target multiplier, and on the 5th ability, even if it's like a straightforward build, which is like 5 times of attack, maybe 200% crit damage, put some basic masteries on it, put the books on there, put weaken on there. If you put HP burn and you get this 5th attack and it ignores 100% defense, you're talking 700,000 on a 5 times attack. That's how much damage you're going to do. You will probably take 40% of a boss's HP in terms of like Dragon 20 away. And you don't need a crazy build. If I put my endgame gear on him, which is probably like 7.5k attack, 320% crit damage, something like that, you're talking 1.5 million hits. It could be absolutely bonkers. So as a login champion, it kind of ticks all the boxes for me. We get at least something that is useful in every team, decreased defense. He's going to buff his own speed, so he's going to get turns. He gets some sustainability in having that 25% less damage, so he's got like built-in strengthen. He's going to hit really hard, and he's going to be very good into bosses. So overall, it's pretty good. I look forward to trying him on my free-to-play series more than anything else, and I'll obviously do some more guides on him. So this will be a login champion, so you just need to log in for 7 days consecutively. On the 7th day, you will get him. Try to think sensibly about how you can use it around champion chase. It's very difficult because, you know, when you log in for the day, you still want to do your daily activities, but you can get yourself some bonus points in terms of a champion chase if it aligns correctly. So we'll probably know that more when it comes out. There you go, guys. A daily login champion, Rathalos Blademaster. I think this A2... depends on where the multipliers sit, depends where all the different stats sit, could be absolutely broken. It could be so crazy strong. He's double AoE, which does kind of hurt him a little bit in Hydra, but the second AoE is going to ignore a lot of defense, especially if you can get a soul on him, get some cruelty going, get some ignore defense, crushing rend, something like that. It could be crazy. He doesn't need any accuracy to do anything he needs to do, so that's a nice thing. You could build him full damage or build him with some sustainability. He's not going to require that accuracy banner or accuracy substats, which you get a lot with some of these starter champions. I actually think he's better than someone like Rhonda, for example. Although Rhonda was pretty good at damage, she didn't really bring anything that you need in a team for an early game account. That was my main criticism of Rhonda. She didn't bring anything of value beyond her damage. So things like decrease attack, weaken, decrease defense, decrease speed, those sorts of things are very valuable when you don't have an abundance of statistics to put into your team, where you can't build your team super tanky, where you can't build your champions to go super fast. Those debuffs are big. They're very powerful. They're very valuable. And you often can't find space in your team to not have them. So having someone like this guy here who immediately in a clan boss team, when you're building your first team, you can build him as like your starter champion to farm campaign. And in the clan boss, he can just do the decreased defense job because it's on an A1 and it can't be resisted. It's much more like, it's nicer to have in your team rather than someone like Rhonda who just did damage. She didn't do anything in terms of like decreased defense, weaken, or any of those things. So this is the type of thing I like to see on the login champions, a champion that does a fundamental debuff with damage in the right way. So I rate him really highly. I think he's going to be great. I look forward to trying him on the free-to-play series. He probably will be my starter champion. I don't think I'll use my starter champion. Depends on how long it takes to get him when it's going to arrive, but I will probably make him my first 60 if I'm being honest, because I think he'll be better than any starter champion. We'll have to check the affinity for campaign farming. Force could be a bit of a problem, but we'll just have to see how it goes. I mean, if he hits hard enough, does it really matter? You know, we can't really scale him on campaign. We'll have to see. I'll have to have a think. But there you go, guys. Rathalos Blademaster, the new 7-day login champion. I guess I was right when I said it was a Bannerlords champion. A little hint from the patch notes. You know, I kind of knew, I didn't know anything about the champion. I just knew it was going to be a Bannerlords. And I knew it was going to be a Force champion as well. So we'll have to see how it goes. Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited for getting your hands on Rathalos Blademaster? Is this the type of login champion you want to see? What kind of areas are you going to use him in? Are you going to 60 him straight away? Is he good for your endgame accounts? It would be really cool for you to let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to see more from this channel, remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. All of my videos will come straight into your feed for future content. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.